Welcome to Horror Movies and Beyond. Today, I'm joined by the director and visual effects artist of one of the most intense, terrifying horror films called When Evil Lurks. Let's welcome Demián Rugna and Andrés Borghi. Hello and welcome.
Hello. I must to say, Andrés also he's a very good visual effect artist, but at the same time he's a very talented director and writer. He made a lot of big short movie on horror. He made a really funny, fantastic movie release. He's a great talent, and I hope in the future we are waiting for his next film.
I interviewed him for his short film Behind the Door, and I still talk about it. It was so good. It was so good. It was a short film, but it was so good, and it got me. Like, I was like, whoa, I was not expecting that. And we broke that film down, and that was a lot of fun. And he did mention he was going to be working on a film that was just out of control, and so it's going to be creepy and everything. He didn't tell me any details about it, so we're going to take a different approach. We're not going to go through the film and talk about every single thing. We're going to talk about some key points. So we're going to say what it's about so people have an idea. A remote village where two brothers find a demon-infected man just about to give birth to evil itself. They decide to get rid of the body only to end up unintentionally spreading chaos. Where in the hell did you get this story from? Where did these stories come from? Because they seem so realistic.
Thank you. And I guess there was a couple of ideas. First of all, the idea of this rodent body came from a reality from here in Argentina, which we have a lot of contamination, could I say, or with pesticide in our fields in the deep country, where the people are living inside of this pesticide, inside of this contamination, get ill. And I thought probably, okay, instead of cancer, I thought probably a demon is trying to possess somebody. I guess it was the inspiration for the rodent body and the rodent guy. And at the same time, I had an old script on my mind that I never wrote it. And it was about a guy who came from who returned to his town after 10 years outside of the country. He discovered everybody hating him because of a little newspaper in the town is talking bad about him during 10 years. And that idea of the criticism about the media and how the fascism is growing around the world was all the time in my mind. And I guess I took something of this idea and said, okay, let's talk about this idea of how the fascism idea is growing in the head of the people and pushing the people to hurt himself and hurt the people who loves. Well, I think it came from this.
Oh, well, it was completely different than what I was thinking.
Probably if you came here, you're going to find a rotten guy.
Because I remember you said that your dad was a witch doctor or witch or something like that. So I'm thinking that growing up with that kind of environment, that some of these stories, although elaborated, are your interpretation from growing up around weird things that has happened in your life or others experienced and that talk to you or something. And Andrés, what parts did you work on to enhance or
Well, it's gonna be spoilery. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, this is it's
Okay.
out. It, if that, yeah.
Okay.
Then, please, if you didn't
Spoiler
spoil.
alert.
Oh, believe me, the people know. They know. Like
Okay, okay.
they know. When I interview, there's some spoilers.
Well, first of all, I was in the shooting as a supervisor.
Oh, okay.
The main effects I did were everything related to Axis, like
Mm. Mm.
and the dog scene, the dog with the girl scene.
Oh.
Those were the two main scenes where I did the VFX, and it was this type of VFX that don't have to be noticed, right?
Mm.
It's photorealistic, so it has to look like I did nothing there, but
Yeah.
everything is actually digitally enhanced, and it's curious because of the in the scene of the axis, is the word correct? Axis, like
Yeah.
hatches.
Yeah. Or yeah.
Okay. Um, we were coming and going with corrections and all of that. It took like several weeks to make all that scene, and I remember I started having nightmares with violence. I mean, I was working every day with open cuts in the face and lots of blood and realistic uh, wounds. So the other day, the next day I woke up and I remember seeing like people mutilated in my dreams, like blood and mutilation and wounds and open wounds. But it wasn't too problematic. We were close to finishing in that moment.
We have already that kind of nightmare all the days.
Well, yeah. It
Yeah.
was a little
No.
more intense, but yeah.
I must to say something. Andres made I don't know, but the visual effects in the movie looks like there's no visual effect. That's why
Mhm.
when I go to all the interviews, everybody and the audience also said practical effect. Say yeah, but we have a visual effect. But well, thank you. But Andres made it possible that there's no visual effect in the movie, but there's a lot.
Yeah. It
That's
takes talent.
really good. It was really good effect because you don't realize that. And all the effect that Andres made was too hard to make. Because if we talk about the axis, well, we shooted the goat sequence in just
The gold sequence,
one
yes.
day. No more of that, and we needed to shoot the puppets. I mean, we made a realistic puppets of the actors. The problem was the sun is were changing all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and even in the moment where we've been shooting the goats ran away from us, and they didn't want to work with us. And the trainer said, "Okay, we need to leave the goat to rest 1 hour." 1 hour? What? Yeah, because they don't trust in us anymore. And we changed the plan in the day to shooting the effects. We need to run to shoot the effects. I didn't make the best shooting day for effects, but Andres make it possible looks like realistic because when you shoot a movie, you all the time trying to run, and the effects are not all the time you can shoot the effect as you want.
Mm-hmm.
But then Andres work hard to find a way to show a realistic axe in your head, and it
Mm-hmm.
was great. Even the not only the axe in the head, he did a really good job with when the truck crashed the family in the street. Then yeah, it was really hard, and it was with visual effect
Mm.
everything. And Andres did it.
Well, it looked. I mean, I hate to say it looked fantastic because that would be kind of weird, but. And I think it's very important to understand Pedro and Jimmy, the two brothers. And I noticed some things about each of them. It seemed like they have very separate personalities. one seemed to be very cautious. The other one seemed to be Pedro giving a chance. And there was a scene that really stuck out with me. And I have my notes here where the two brothers were standing behind the door, and the door had, it was like, the door has like I don't know, these lines or a gate. When they were standing there, when the young man came over and was like, hey, something happened to my mom. And when one brother opened the door and Pedro stepped out, there's something about him that's going to be very important to the story, because it's going to start with him and end with him. Whereas where Jimmy is like, nah, man, don't let any of this happen, but he did it. And as you see throughout the film, you can see Pedro is, even though he shouldn't answer the phone when they're in the car, he answers the phone. You're not supposed to answer electronics. And also, he's wearing a red sweater. And that is very significant as you follow through. It feels like this is an actual folklore, especially the name Uriel. I think it's Uriel. Is it Uriel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uriel.
Yeah. When I looked that up, that name, it said the bringer of light, knowledge, and wisdom. So I'm like,
you're investigator. You're really investigator.
So that's what I'm saying. So was there research involved, or is there something that you wanted to pull out from the audience to visually see that it seems like a zombie movie, but it's not? But then these kids, it had that Children of the Corn feel. Like, I mean, this connection with the devices and the way you plan your stories, like how does that even evolved? Especially, I just want to pick your brain. That's kind of
yeah. There's a lot of things you mentioned it. Well, actually, it's important for me to say one of the key of this mythology is revealed by Demon Hunter, because she said something. I need to translate in English.
You could say it in Spanish. It's fine. If that's better.
She said something. Trying in English. She said something. Okay. There's a lot. There's a kind of mind where the demon, the devil, cannot manage, cannot use as our minds, as our. She was talking about Pedro, Jimmy, and the family, and her. But
it's like some minds he cannot get hold of, like they're complex minds that the devil cannot get in.
The devil can read our mind, but he cannot use us as a kind of hacker, a demon hacker. And this demon use the information against us. The point is, the demon can use the people who has weakness in their minds, as the animals, as the children, as the stupids. And that's why the demon cannot control to Pedro and cannot control to Jimmy. But the devil can control the children and probably somebody as Sabrina and stupid people. This is a key to understand why Jimmy and Pedro is not possessed. And it doesn't came from a legend from Argentina. I invented that. Somebody used the rotten body. They need to pay my copyright to me.
Do you have that body? Do you have that? Whatever somebody was in there. Like, I'm still obsessed. I'm obsessed with that rotting corpse body talking, and he was pushing him to.
And it's weird
do it,
because
do it.
It doesn't call rotten. Andrés probably could help me because here in Argentina we said encarnado, and embichado, which mean, I guess, something bagged.
Yes, embichado means like bag, like you have a bag inside you.
Oh.
And,
Yeah, this
and
is the
like,
real name of the rodent, not rodent.
yes,
Rodent.
and it's related to illness. Like here, in our own slang, when someone has AIDS, you can say he has a bug. You know,
Oh.
like a virus, like a bug, like an illness. And encarnado, which is other name he uses, means when your nail, gets like weird and close into your own flesh. That means encarnar. I don't know how you say it in English. Like, when your nail gets into your own flesh. Like,
we call it the ingrown.
When a hair like
ingrown. We call it ingrown. Ingrown nail.
That's
ingrown
encarnado.
nail.
It produces you infection. It produces you infection in your skin. This is the real name of this character, not rodent.
I'm reading the subtitles, and it's saying, rotten. And so I wrote that, but that's incorrect.
Ingrown is a good name. Ingrown.
Yeah, but because when I was watching it for the second time, I know it just feel like some of the words didn't match what was happening. But I can only read it, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But, I don't know. I don't speak Spanish or understand it. So I'm going by that, but I'm like, that doesn't but now I know.
Yes, but it's not only Spanish, it's a dialect. Any Argentinian people can understand movie, but they are using many words that are from the country side.
Oh, really?
So maybe the translators were like, "What the hell is happening here? I don't know. Why this word here?" Like,
see, now I want to watch it without any subtitles. I may not understand, but I feel like I've been gypped because it's incorrect. See, now I got to sit down on your next film, Demián, and I need you to sit right next to me.
Next to you and explain everything, all the dialogue.
Yeah. The casting is so amazing. His name is, oh my God, Ezekiel? Yeah.
Ezekiel.
This interview turns out to be like
Ivotres.
See, it's Ivotres.
Ivotres. That is like a tree. Tree. Okay, I said wrongly before. Okay,
yes, I always thought it was French, like Ivotres.
See, we both have some barriers. This is fun. See, you should have invited all the actors. This would have been.
Yeah, mayhem.
I'm trying to convince Ezekiel to participate on this. If you make some kind of translator, interpreter, can I be there? But I cannot speak fluent English.
Well, see, he could have still came. Y'all would have helped a little bit. Or it would have been fun. See, people would have saw inclusion. Like, it doesn't matter where you're from. You're welcome on my show. I don't care if there's a language barrier. We will figure it out because, that's just how I am. I don't exclude because of anything. So, but the actors, I know we just have a few minutes, but the actors, where do you find the cast of this film? Because they're outstanding. And I also noticed that you use older people as either saviors or experience in the paranormal or anything like that. That's really significant because you don't see that often in at least the films here.
I try to find good actors, but I can believe on them. In my movie, there's not popular actors. There's no famous celebrities. First of all, by one hand, I cannot pay them. By another hand, I cannot really trust on as a virgin actor. I mean, when I see a famous actor making a role, which I need to probably need him to fight against the demon or talking about the possession or paranormal event, I need to get the realism and and the plausibility. And the famous actors, I usually see the famous making something I cannot trust on them. What I'm looking when I make the casting is the vision about this can do something I can believe. To focus on what I want, what I need, and try to find it. It's not a really secret. But I guess the point is how I can improve the best to them. I guess is trying to give a good dialogue in the scene and to not force the dialogues in the scene or not trying to make more organic when you watch the dialogue with them.
The visual effects in this is just as important. I mean, for when you use like the axe, I mean, it wasn't like it was cut, we see something. It was like in your face. Like a lot of it is in your face. It's not hidden. Even the dog that caught me. I was like, whoa, okay. So, and then I was like, we're not going to see anything else. And then you look under the table. I was like, oh, and then the most talked about scene. Oh my God, when Jimmy was in the car. I did not expect the mom slanging the brains out of her son. I was like, Demián, what are you doing? Why is this? And then Jimmy's like, and then you see it again. I was just like, oh, what is happening and why? And then the kid at the end, and then he got branded for life, and his son then ate the grandma. I was just like. I was like, keep cranking it out. Keep cranking out the visuals. I thought, there's no way you could surpass Terrifier. I was like, yeah, what do you got? And then he came back and said, oh, you bet. Thank you. We need, visual effects artists. We need directors that are not afraid to just do it, and bring new light to horror. Give us new feelings, new fears, new everything, and in a natural sense. Like there's visual effects, but I thought it was a lot more practical. But you did it so well with the visuals, visual effects. I mean, you're looking at it, and it's not even what it is. I mean, I love practical effects, but if you're able to merge it in a way where it's flawless, seamless, that's how you use it. That's how it should be done.
Really important something you said. I mean, I think movies lately are really safe. Horror movies are really safe lately. Like they don't have balls, They don't go to the last consequence of the theme they're treating, And in his movie, it was mainly about violence. There was a lot of violence, so he said, okay, violence, let's go all the way. But obviously it's not always about violence. There are other movies with other themes like family or whatever. And I don't feel they go to the end to show all the whole spectrum of what you can tell about that. And I don't know. I think I don't know. The Conjuring 2, right? I remember all the movie. You see this prophecy, this omen of the main character dying at the end, and we don't know he's not gonna die. Okay, it's okay. He will be fine. And at the end, he's fine. So, where's the movie? Where's the story? Where are you telling? I mean, you have to do something. You have to surprise people, not by shock, not by jumpscare. You have to surprise them by telling the whole story, the whole spectrum of what you can tell, the one end of the good part and one end of the worst part. You have to go both ways all the time. You know, this waving movement is very important. In screenplay, it's called the gap. You have to go all the way up to go to all the way down. And if you stop in the middle, the movie is not gonna be all it could be. And I think he did it. He said, okay, we're telling this story, we're going all the way, and that's why it's so successful. And because it's honest, it's an honest movie. He didn't say, okay, I want to tell this, but I shouldn't because it will be too shocking. Maybe not. It wouldn't work. So I hope that's what people learn. Mm-hmm. What filmmakers learn about this movie. That they have to go all the way, not about violence, all the way about storytelling. Mm-hmm. And that's really important.
Absolutely right. And I even if his name wasn't even attached and you said, watch this film, I'll know. Even if it's not the same actors, I would know, because you have a certain formula in your work that just works out. There's always puzzles. There's always some manipulation with, okay, if you see a device, as soon as I see like strange devices or puzzles or colors, I'm like, I know who that is. And that's a great thing. Never change it. Never change it, please. Keep the formula, keep the formula. You could change and tweak, and use the same people, bring in those visual effects, bring in all that, but do not change that. You have gold. We just need more people to see it. Yes.
Thank you.
My favorite director. Yes. Visual effects. Yes. I am not saying that because you're right here. I interview all kind of people, but I love your work. Okay. I can go on for that. But anyway, we're not going to do that. So thank you so much for coming on here. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have not seen this film, we didn't spoil too much. Obviously, we talked about some key points. Please check it out. Please check out their work. It's amazing. We need more Argentina films here. They're great horror films. Whatever's out there, bring them. We need them. We need new stuff. I'm tired of the same thing. We need. You guys are amazing. So I'm sorry. I went on my rant.
You're welcome. Don't worry.
Okay. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment on this video, and follow their work. They are amazing. And all the actors too. Amazing work. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.